What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Why We Love PlayStation VR. Sitting across from me this week and every week, he's the king of all VR kings. He's the sofa king himself. It's Jeremy King.
It is me. Bright and early. Late for you.
Yeah, well, it's the same time for them all the time.
All the time.
It's like
Never
6
changes.
a.m.
It's
Eastern.
Groundhog Day.
All
them,
the time.
Right?
We have no idea when we filmed this. It could have been yesterday. It could have been weeks ago.
Yeah.
Who
Could have been
knows?
5:59.
That's right.
Whatever day it's released. And sitting to my left and your semi-right, or yes, definitely right, this week and every week is Brian Paul, the future father of a kitty.
Anytime now.
Anytime.
I put out like 7 applications and
Yeah.
I'm getting turned down left and right.
They're just going through the mail slot. Nobody's reading them because nobody's there.
I thought
Everybody's
you meant the cats were going through the mail slot. It's like, I should be getting my mail.
right.
I didn't know.
You should just open your door and be able to get one soon because nobody's there to take care of them. They're all going to be released.
This is true.
Kind of like, what movie? 12 Monkeys.
This is the kind of stuff I have to edit out of the show. It's way too early.
Back to the topic.
And every week on Why We Love PlayStation VR, we dip into the PSVR archive. We pull out a game at random.
Ooh.
We blow the dust off of it. We play the crap out of it.
A lot of dust on this one.
We check into it, see if it's been given any love by the developers, any updates, any DLC. And then we let you know, the loyal game cats,
Meow.
if it's worth your time. And we're actually doing that this week.
We really are.
What game did we decide to play this week?
Dexed.
Dexed by Ninja Theory,
Yeah.
released January 31st, 2017.
Wow.
Blast from the past for $9.99.
Jeez.
Ninja Theory.
No shit, huh?
Ninja Theory. Heavenly Sword Ninja Theory.
Yeah.
DMC Ninja Theory. Hellblade Ninja Theory.
Right?
Dexed.
Dexed.
Ninja Theory. Mm-hmm. Wow. What kind of game is Dexed by Ninja Theory?
I mean, I don't know. What do you call these type of games? It's like a rail shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would even venture to say it's an arcade rail shooter.
That's the word that was missing. Arcade rail shooter.
And we're going to talk a lot more about why that term is so important.
Yeah.
Probably later in the episode, which I can't imagine is going to be more than about
Much
7
later.
minutes long.
Minutes away.
We're almost there. So you start up Dexed,
Yeah.
and you notice that there's a few things happening. Mm-hmm. You're in a main menu,
Yep.
and I'm turning my head, going, "Oh, there's more options over there."
I know, right? It's
Right.
like, wait, what? Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
So right away, I'm like fumbling with the controllers, going, "There must be turn buttons here or something."
Yeah.
I'm not getting off of my couch for this one.
No.
And there are turn buttons.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of circle around. The menu is all around you.
Churn, though.
Yeah, it's not.
Not like a churn. And in a game like this where you need to be quick,
Yeah.
being like click, 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 no, you're done.
Yeah.
Toast.
I will say, for the actual gameplay during levels,
Yeah.
never use turn buttons.
No, not even. I forgot it existed.
Yeah.
There's no point.
But what you're doing here in the main menu is you're selecting what stage you want to go to.
Yep.
There's 5 different stages.
If that, yeah, right?
I wrote down. So there's Underwater,
Yep.
Forest, Inferno,
Yep.
Winterland,
Yes.
and Showdown.
That's right,
We'll
that's right,
We'll
yeah.
get to that. They're really, really short.
Wicked.
Like 2.5 to 3 minutes each.
Yep.
I checked. They feel shorter than that even.
Yeah, it's like a roller coaster. It's over within 30 seconds, it feels.
In a very slow roller coaster.
Oh my God. Kiddie roller coasters are faster than this.
Yeah.
And just like a roller coaster, for some reason, they have this wompy, like, abyss type of globule floating that shows you where you're going. And I don't know
The
why.
thing that shoots out of the chest of people in Donnie Darko.
Yes, exactly. Like, yeah, I'm future projecting where I'm going to. So, yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's the future slinky.
Right. So you're on this super slow motion roller coaster. Mm-hmm. And what are you doing? Talk to me.
You're shooting at these, like, fire and ice type of dragon head things that come out of nowhere and, like, soar around.
They're blue and red,
Yeah.
indicating they're either frozen or on fire.
Yep.
And then what do you got in your hands?
You got your dual shock controller, and like half of it is fire, and the other half is ice.
Yeah.
Kind of like Blades of Glory. Remember that movie?
I mean, I try not to, yeah.
Fire and ice.
Yeah, no, I'm not a Will Ferrell guy.
Chaz Michaels
Let's move on.
is
Nope.
male figure skating.
Nope, we're totally moving on from this.
And so whenever the red dragon heads float through, you can't instinctively you want to go and shoot them with the red. You got to do the opposite. You got to freeze them.
Well,
so,
right,
opposite.
because we've been trained on Ikaruga, we've been trained on Beat Saber, we've
Yeah.
been trained on Audica, we've been trained on all these games.
Everything.
Shoot red with red, shoot blue with blue. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, whoop.
Yeah.
You got to freeze the on fire enemies. You got to melt the frozen enemies
Yeah.
with fire.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, so you got to switch that in your brain, and it took me a while.
Oh my God. I had to like say it in my head. Fire, blue. You know what I mean? Just so you know the opposite. And it keeps score.
I'm glad
obviously.
you played with the DualShock 4.
Yeah.
Because I play with the move controllers. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
You're not. Yeah, you're like, oh, if it lets me do this, I'm
I'm doing it. Yeah.
The move controllers are the way to go here.
Yeah.
You know, you just have more freedom. You can point
sure.
in the direction, do the whole thing. How did it feel with the DualShock 4? Did it feel pretty responsive and tracking problems?
So the tracking issues would be more when you're trying to, because you can lock onto enemies, if you will, so you can target. Say there's like 8 of the red things on the screen. You can like and target them all, then do one fire and it kills them all.
Panzer Dragoon or Rez.
Yeah.
You paint like I think they used to say paint them.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the cool thing because they do alternate the enemies quite a bit. So you've got that cursor and you're trying to weave it in and that way, make a pattern through the line of enemies coming your way.
Yeah. And that issue wouldn't lock on a lot of times, or it wouldn't be responsive, or there were times where you can cancel out. So if you accidentally paint a fire one with fire, you don't want to hit it and let go and shoot it because it burns your score.
Yeah.
Or freezes your score with the ice one.
Yeah.
And which means it melts your score away. So I don't know why they say freezes, because you figured you'd be all set, right?
I don't know.
Protect it. But so yeah, you don't want that to happen. You can cancel out, and the cancel's weird because when you paint something with fire, you have to cancel it with down on the directional pad, or if you paint it with the ice, you got to hit X. So it's like 2 different buttons instead of just canceling it with X regardless.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Well, because it's operating as 2 separate controllers, basically,
it is.
that's stuck together.
Yep.
Got it.
Which is like the title, DEXED.
Dexed.
It's like one of those things you can say backwards or forwards.
I'm perplexed by Dexed.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and you mentioned the score. The score is really key here, and that's
the game.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole game.
The whole game.
Because you can actually every level, each of the 5 stages has an easy, medium, and hard mode.
Yeah.
And it's even on the hardest level, these are not hard games.
No, it's not too difficult. Although I could not fathom how you and AJ got the scores you got on the last 2 levels.
Oh well, because I was gonna say, not a lot of people must have played this because I haven't played this since launch.
Yeah.
And I was getting top 20 scores every single time I played on hard.
Really?
Yeah,
not me. No. I beat AJ, I think, on a few of them, but the last 2, you had like hundreds of thousands for scores. And I'm like, fuck this. How? I had 41, my tops. 41,000. And you had like 410.
I've literally played this game twice.
Wow.
I played it once at launch and then once again for this show. I've spent a grand total of maybe 2.5 hours in Dexed.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, I've probably played 2 hours of shooters like this, these arcade shooters in my life.
But what you're talking about is exactly what you should be shooting for.
Yeah.
Shooting. Is you basically, you see your friends or the global leaderboards at the end of the level, and you go, oh man, it's like, I suck at this game. You know, or you say, oh, I could do so much better. What you want to do is you want to learn the levels. You want to kind of memorize the enemy patterns
because it's not random. It's the same every time,
right?
You know,
and for good reason. Because I think that's the only way this game works.
Yeah. Because
by the end you want to be doing it with your eyes closed. You want to be like, oh, it's like 3 enemies are coming this way. Yep. 2 of them are going to be fire. One's going to be ice, and then you just have to do that
over and over.
And the better you get at it, the better your score is.
Oh yeah.
And that is the rewarding part of this because after 2.5, 3 minutes, you're not like, oh yeah, I finished a really hard level. Because even on the hardest level, you're always pretty much going to finish the level.
Yeah. I mean, there was one time I had a 0 score. I shot, that happened.
Did you shoot yourself?
I shot so many things wrong that I had a
the
0 score.
Just kept going down and down.
Yeah. And I was like, why? What? You know?
How often did you find you had to use the shield button?
You know... I think I used it one time, and the rest of the time I just didn't, and I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that necessary.
There was a part of me that was like prepping for the show, and I was like, I can't forget to talk about the shield button because I probably could have played the whole game and not realized it was there.
Probably the shield would have protected me in that 0 score.
Probably.
Yeah, a little bit at least.
Yeah. We didn't use turn buttons. We very seldom use the shield. The shield's important, obviously, again for the score because when you get hit by the fire guys, it burns your score. It goes down. When you get hit by the ice guys, it freezes your score. It can't go up.
And it's not like a little gradual hit. Yeah. It hits you hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why this is so essential. So if you are getting shot at all, I don't think you can dodge the attacks. I tried. I was on my couch back and forth. I was like, I don't think you're dodging. I think it's just the move button for the shield.
How come they didn't add more whales and things like that? I kind of like that part.
Yeah, the game opens up underwater, and it's this giant whale.
Yeah, and you can paint the things on the bar and shoot at it while there's other things. They never did that again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the snowman, the giant snowman. That would have been great to paint areas of that thing.
It would have been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's such a good-looking game.
Yeah, it was decent for the price tag, especially. My God.
Right, $10. You can tell like these are the guys who are behind these huge AAA. Well, maybe not AAA, but pretty damn AAA games.
Pretty close, yeah.
Right, they're very very close to being AAA developers. Yeah. And I mean, this to me seems like this was a VR test for them. This was the smaller part of their team.
Yeah.
You know, I keep hearing AJ's been talking about it for a while that this was just a very small part of the team that only took a couple months to actually create this game.
You could see that, yeah.
And my theory,
Ninja,
my ninja theory of this game, is that they were like, you know, we want to do something in VR. They're like, okay, but we can't really spend much money on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we'll make a bunch of environments.
It's $20.
Right. And then we'll see what we can do with it.
Yeah.
And they made these awesome environments, and they said, okay, but to make an actual game with these environments, like running through first-person shooter or whatever we want to do, is going to start getting real expensive.
Yeah.
How can we just kind of take everything we've made and sort of shove it out the door as fast as possible?
Right.
And I think this is what they did.
Yeah.
Because I think they put so much work into the environments, and then the gameplay is, I mean, fairly basic.
It is fairly basic. Yeah.
But all of this kind of ramps up to the one pivotal moment, which is the arcade mode.
Yeah, yeah.
So you play through the 5 different stages, and it's, you know, all about taking in the environments and keeping an eye out for enemies coming from different places and not using the turn buttons.
As you progress forward
automatically.
Yeah, yeah.
And but then the arcade mode just kind of like, you just sit here.
You're just sitting there, yeah.
And there's all of these circles all over the place.
Yeah.
And waves of enemies come out of each circle.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, where the real challenge is at.
That one was fun, yeah. That one, and I did pretty good at that, too, believe it or not.
Nice. I'll have to check you out on the high score leaderboards.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and make sure I wiped you out of it.
I spent some serious time with this last night. I mean, most of the time I was playing this was probably all in arcade mode.
Okay.
Because it was, I mean, the only thing that really hooked me. Most of the levels, I was like, I just can't, even though they look nice, I can't wait for them to be over.
Yeah, and you're progressing through it like this.
Right.
You know, it's like, come on. You know, I dig this, but how long do I have to look at this for? I'm still looking at it. Yep. Yeah. And we're almost by. You know, it's like that slow.
Right. So when you have an environment or when you have a level that only takes 2.5 minutes to get through, and you're traveling through it so slowly.
Yeah.
It means they didn't make a very big environment in the first place.
No.
It's like you're just going from here to here, but really slowly.
Very slowly.
Some twists and turns.
Yep.
Yeah. So the arcade mode kind of ditches all of that and just goes straight for, hey, this is the gameplay we're focusing on, and and now you don't have to worry about any of the movement or anything like that.
Yep.
It's all about the high score, and they start throwing in some, and I'm sure these were in the regular levels. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Bomb dudes.
The guys that, so like if they're frozen, you have to shoot them with the fire, and then they turn into fire.
Yeah.
So you have to shoot them with the ice. So you shoot them once, then get ready to shoot them again. And man, it really throws a wrench in the works.
Because if not, they blow up.
And
then burns your score.
Right.
You know, so you got to get them quick.
I screwed up on them so frequently.
Oh, man. Yeah. And it's like, and I blew it up. You know, and there goes my score. So you really got to concentrate on that shit.
Yeah. Nothing's more rewarding than seeing perfect up on the screen. You're like, oh, I got perfect.
Right.
Perfect.
And then I haven't seen that word yet. Nope. And then just the whole training your brain for the opposite of what you've always been shown, and then jumping back into a game that it might be color coordinated again. It's going to, fuck it all up.
Oh, going to be fucked up. I got to ask, and because this really got to me, and I don't know why it got to me so much. What did you think of the music in this game?
All right, let's put it this way. I don't remember it, so that obviously says it's not much. It just was like so in the background to me. I cannot recall the music.
I actually had to go back and watch the gameplay footage that I captured after playing, because I was like, what was the music?
Yeah.
So there's along with the 3 difficulty levels on each stage, there's also a Zen mode.
Okay.
And the Zen mode is no enemies, no guns. Just sit back and
ride the
wave throughout the level for 2 minutes.
Wow.
Just take it all in. See the sights.
Really?
Listen to the sounds.
Show grandma.
Yeah.
Hey, VR, grandma, check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there was the cool part about that is that I was like, oh, I didn't even notice that waterfall when I was playing the game because I was too busy shooting things.
Sure.
But at the same time, I said, well, this is kind of like if you took all the fun out of the game and you're like, here you go, here's what's left.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, just pretty environments that I really don't care about.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like giving a kid an ice cream cone. Literally just the cone. It's like, oh, crunchy container.
Well, and this is where the music comes into play.
Okay.
Is that during the Zen modified versions of these levels, it's fine because it's just this ambient single note background music, nothing special. It's just kind of it does the trick for a Zen like experience.
Yeah.
But then it's the same music for the game.
Oh, every level?
Well, no, I mean different music for the different levels, but not even terribly different. Like,
Okay.
it's different notes and very ambient.
Somebody on their 4-member team is, we need somebody to do the music. I got a keyboard at home. You know?
Right? And it's not bad, but it's perfect for the Zen version,
Right.
but not for easy, medium, hard when you're shooting and doing all this stuff. The music never ramps up.
Yeah.
Even during the boss
Even
stage.
notice, yeah.
Right. So there's 5 stages, and one of them's a giant octopus.
You fight Cthulhu. Yeah.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
And the music doesn't even ramp up. It's not exciting at all.
No, nothing. It wasn't that difficult. It took me one try.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah. All the levels. Like if
Time-based, too, on that one, right? Was there something with...
you get more points the faster you defeat them.
Okay.
And so again, that all plays into the arcade high score chasing aspect.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we need to rate this sucker.
I think we've, spread this one out pretty well.
What's our rating system, Jeremy?
One is you got to buy this thing right now. It is just like the plague's going on. You might as well grab this, pay every penny you can, just get it now. 2 is maybe wait for a sale. You know, maybe one day it'll be $8.99 instead of $9.99. I don't know. Wait for a sale and buy it and you'll be happy. You know, 3 is even if they're giving it away for free, don't even download it. It's not even worth taking up any hard drive space on your fucking PlayStation. Just forget it. And so, Brian, what did you rate this?
This is one that you have to, like, for a game that you can see everything that has to offer in about 35 minutes.
Yeah.
This is a game you actually have to put some serious time into to really appreciate. Because I think once you get through all those levels, you know, I guess you could start on easy and work your way up to hard.
Yeah.
But why?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
I think it seems like they're separate leaderboards for easy, medium, and hard. So it's like, okay, well, if you really want to dominate each leaderboard, I guess. But I felt like the levels were just too boring. I did really appreciate the whale thing when you saw this big giant whale at the beginning of the underwater level.
Yeah.
And then when he comes back later, he's got the targets all over him.
Yeah.
And you're painting him and you're trying to. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like really taking advantage of the environment.
Didn't you think you'd get some sort of a trophy or a bonus or something clearing them all off?
Something. No platinum trophy. Don't even fucking try.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's and the whole thing's just underwhelming. And then you get to the arcade mode, and if the arcade mode really pulls you in, then you're hooked.
Yeah.
Because I got pulled in yesterday, and I had the exact same experience I did when I first played it, where I was like, oh, this is pretty. Oh, this is pretty boring. Oh, the arcade mode's cool. Okay, I've only got an hour. I'm going to play it as much as I can for an hour.
Yep.
And I keep thinking about, I want to go back to that. And so for the $10 price tag, and by the way, it's been on sale as low as $2.49 with PlayStation Plus.
Wow.
So, I mean, for that price, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's just, yeah.
Anything for $2.50 is pretty much a go ahead. It's a should we.
Right? It's half price of a bottle of water at the movie theater is $2.50. Shit.
Some expensive ass water at the movie theater.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm giving this a fairly weak 2. I'm saying this is not essential in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got plenty of games that do similar things. Plenty of wave shooters, plenty of rail shooters, plenty of Ikaruga type shooters.
Yeah. Roller coaster sims.
Yeah. Oh God. And this is just, I mean, really, I wouldn't be terribly upset if I had never played it. But there's something here.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a cool test for Ninja Theory. And then, of course, they made Hellblade VR for PCs. So, you know, fuck you guys. Bring it to PSVR now that you're bought by Microsoft.
Oh, shit.
Never going to happen.
No, I don't think so.
No. So yeah, a fairly weak 2. If it's on sale for $249 again, then by all means go pick it up.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't have terribly strong feelings either way about this.
Right.
What about you?
Well, much like the music, it's like one of those things. In a week from now, I'm gonna forget all about this game, and so that says a lot with how I'm gonna rate this.
Yeah.
Because like you, it's definitely not a 1. There's no need to rush out and grab. This isn't a must-own game. Not even for $250. Is it a must-own? It's just a no-brainer at that point, which is different.
It's a nice time killer for $250.
Yeah. So I mean, for the fact that I paid $10, I wasn't disappointed when I played it. I mean, for the amount of time I played it, and trying to beat you and AJ's scores, I had fun. It wasn't challenging. It's not a game I'll keep in my library. I'll uninstall it. I'll probably never play it again. And I know that sounds bad. It's definitely like you. It's a weak 2. It's like close to a 3, but there's nothing so broken about it that makes it a 3.
Nothing wrong with it at all, really.
No, it's just slow and just vast. Like there's a lot of emptiness to it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's definitely a 2. It's definitely not going to hurt the wallet if you buy it and are like, I hate this. I spent 30 minutes on it. Well, it's $10. I mean, it's less than the price of a fucking movie ticket. You
go to the movies a lot, or you're just jonesing to get back to the movie theater?
I know. I'm just starving for social interactions, Brian.
This is all we got.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
You're the closest.
Okay.
No, that's not true. But I'll
looking
say
at us
that
in the
for
monitor, we're actually like leaning away from each other more than usual.
It's actually we're 12 feet apart. We're double the required length. Brian's just splicing and sandwiching us together.
Yeah, we're actually in separate rooms.
Yeah.
We just have identical tables. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not an exciting game to talk about. Not an exciting game really at all. But hey, if you got nothing else to do and you're just trying to get through your backlog, hey, fucking check it out.
Right?
What are you gonna do? All right, for a super non-exciting episode of Why We Love PlayStation VR, my name is Brian Paul.
And I'm Jeremy King.
And we'll see you
next week.